What's up guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome to episode 18 of Let's Talk Wrestling. And today, let's talk about John Cena's pipe bomb. Now that is something you wouldn't have ever imagined 6 months ago before John Cena turned heel, because I would say most of us expected John Cena to be a face through his final run, because who's going to boo John Cena on his way out? Which is sort of true, because the fans weren't booing him much last night. They were cheering, they were going along with him, and you know, that's what they used to. They always cheer John Cena now because he's in the latter stages of his career. They're past the rebellious booing stage. They're more into the appreciative. Right, this guy's not going to be around much longer. Let's just accept it. Let's just appreciate what we have left with John Cena. So in a way, it hasn't worked. But they've dropped a pipe bomb promo. He's dropped a pipe bomb promo, obviously with many references to CM Punk's all those years ago, 14 years ago this week or next week. I guess on Monday, must be, obviously, because it was on Monday, which is pretty crazy. Well, it won't be on Monday, but anyway, yeah. The CM Punk pipe bomb was a really industry-changing thing. Maybe not that big, but it really did have a huge impact on the industry. Everything that happened because of that. You know, CM Punk, without that, does he stay in WWE? What happens to CM Punk if he actually left WWE at that point in time? Does he go to TNA? Does he ever return to WWE? Does he go back to Ring of Honor? Does he still show up in AEW? I mean, no matter what happens, I feel like he isn't in WWE right now if it wasn't for the pipe bomb promo and everything that happened all those years ago. I know that's pretty obvious to say, but I feel like without that, he wouldn't be where he is now, and maybe he wouldn't be enough of a star to warrant them wanting to bring him back. Because, you know, you look back at the things he said about, I would like to wish that, or I'd like to think that this company will be better when Vince McMahon's dead, but it won't. It will just go to his idiot daughter and his doofus son-in-law, who obviously now runs the company and has a good relationship with CM Punk now, as far as we know. So, you know, if he just left before that, would things be different? I don't know. I'm sure someone could make a video about all the sort of ramifications and the things that spiraled because of the pipe bomb. You know, he mentions in it about Dwayne being a kiss ass and him having the main event of WrestleMania the following year makes him sick. And things like that is why the moment when he got that WrestleMania main event a few months ago and Paul Heyman told him that was such a big emotional moment for him, because everyone knows that that's his dream. He always wanted to main event at WrestleMania, and he was held back from that for so long. And he was held back in WWE because Paul Heyman liked him and people didn't like Paul Heyman. And, you know, Shawn Michaels was one of the only people that stood up for him, apparently, which we actually never got Shawn Michaels versus CM Punk, which some people think is because Shawn stuck up for him and Vince said, fuck you, Shawn, I'm not giving you Punk in a match, and all that stuff. But who knows? But yeah, back onto the pipe bomb promo. Cena makes a load of references. Obviously, this comes after his match with R-Truth, which ended in a disqualification because he hits him with the belt. Not great. I don't know how much longer I see that going. I don't know if maybe, now this is a bit out there, if you could have R-Truth turn really heel, you know, turn Ron Killings, take out CM Punk so that he fills in at Night of Champions. But whether you want to give R-Truth 3 matches in the 36 dates of John Cena is up to you, really. That's quite a bold move, I would say. You know, that's a 12th of the dates given to R-Truth in the ring, which isn't going to be the best. You know, we've seen it twice now. It wasn't the best. And this one ends in disqualification, ends with Punk coming out, which has actually been probably the best part of his run so far, because I'm really not a fan of this whole heel Cena, but it has picked up. You wouldn't expect R-Truth to be the reason why it's picked up, but him and CM Punk combined, and now the whole thing about the Saudis, and Punk said all the things about blood money on Twitter to the Miz all those years ago, and now it's coming back to bite him because John Cena's saying, if you want to fight me, come to Saudi, bitch, and now he has to. I'm still really hoping that he gets taken out, although I do want to see Punk Cena. It makes sense to have it at SummerSlam more than anything else, I think. And you know, Punk's a hypocrite, and being a Punk fan, you do have to admit and understand and accept that he is a hypocrite, and that's something that a lot of people have said in recent weeks. And hopefully this time he doesn't go back on his word. I would like to hope he doesn't go to Saudi Arabia, but maybe, you know, we don't know. The Royal Rumble's in Saudi next year. Maybe Punk's going to win the Royal Rumble in Saudi Arabia. So, you know, maybe this is like more of a soft launch. Well, it's quite a hard launch to be fair. But Punk's at Saudi, and then the next time he goes, it's expected, and then Punk's in the Rumble and all that stuff. So, I mean, we don't really know. There's a lot of stuff, but yeah. Again, back to the actual promo itself. He copies a lot of the opening of CM Punk's one from all those years ago, saying, "I hope you're uncomfortable," and you know, I don't hate you, Punk. I don't hate you, Cena. I don't even dislike you. I like you a whole lot more than most of the other people in the back. Or in Cena's case, he said, I like you more than anyone else in any locker room you've been in does, because obviously Punk isn't very well liked, which was quite funny. And I did enjoy this Cena promo. I think it's probably his best heel promo. Up to this point, it's just been, you fans are awful. Really, really not great stuff, to be honest. So I'm glad to see it take a better turn, and Cena sort of, you know, he's sculpting a heel persona somewhat. Obviously, we know it's not going to last forever because he's only got 6 months left of his farewell tour, so it isn't going to last forever because he is going to end that as a face, you have to imagine. But you know, you're getting a bit more motivation in it. Maybe he's trying to, you know, he's always been the good guy. There's other people that have been portrayed as the good guy while Cena was being booed for being the actual good guy. Now he's calling them out. He's showing them to be hypocrites. Maybe not R-Truth, I don't know. But, you know, I feel like I don't have much to say about this. But the pipe bomb itself was really interesting. You get all the stuff about breaking the fourth wall and Stu. And then he says, hey, Claudio Castagnoli. For those who don't know, that's Cesaro. Hey, Nick Namath, Dolph Ziggler, that being, and Matt Cardona to Zack Ryder. He'll be eating that up. I think he probably posted on Twitter, Instagram, and every other form of social media about it, and probably said that he wants a Royal Rumble match in Saudi Arabia on a big payday. So, you know, I'd like to see Zack Ryder back in WWE. I don't know how long he would last in this day and age, you know. An act like him, he's sort of, I don't know where he would fit really, which is probably why he hasn't been brought in. He would get a big pop at the Royal Rumble, but I don't know how much more there would be for him to do than that, to be honest. But yeah, things are definitely hotting up. Obviously, you do have one more week of TV. You got Raw and SmackDown before Night of Champions, which means CM Punk still could be taken out of action, which is what I'm hoping. Or maybe he just says no to John. Less likely. Personally, R-Truth taking him out doesn't sound like a bad idea. I'd maybe be on board for that, but let me know your thoughts on that down in the comment section down below. Down. Well, just say it another 4 times, why don't I? Yeah, let me know in the comment section what you think about the potential idea of R-Truth taking out Punk and really turning heel. You know, I think that'd help his serious character come to light a bit more. If he isn't still supposed to be a good guy, if he's a bad guy and he's Ron the Truth Killings, then I think that'd be a lot better. And turning on CM Punk is one way to do it. And then you get sort of John Cena turning guys bad, which could be a better heel persona, or sort of like a a better reasoning behind being heel, because The Rock making him turn heel doesn't make sense when he doesn't show up. But yeah, I'm not going to get into that because he pisses me off. Bold fraud. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts on the pipe bomb in the comments down below, and any of your thoughts on some of my ideas that I've presented in this video. I'd really like to see R-Truth turn heel. I think that'd be good. But yeah, anyway, still early. So yeah, this is going out today. Then tomorrow, if you haven't turned your post notifications on already, you're gonna want to, because I am reviewing this Stone Cold Steve Austin Ultimate Edition Monday Night Wars figure. So that's gonna be cool. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you next time for, well, for this tomorrow. So stay tuned. Goodbye. Can't see me.